Hey friends, if you don't know me by now, my name is Rick and welcome to my Cape Cod life. I am doing one of my favorite things in the world, planting stuff in the garden. Right now, I am transplanting some seed starts. This is choy sum. It is an Asian vegetable. Kind of related to broccoli, and yeah, it's kind of like a broccoli. It's part of the Brassica family. This bed is going to be my Brassica bed. And brassicas include cabbages and kales. I think I'm gonna have, I have a really cool looking broccoli that I'll be planting a little bit later. Those need to grow a little bit more. You see this lettuce plant over here, some sort of red leaf lettuce that I actually planted last fall. And I don't know if can you see? Yeah, so this framing here is part of my low tunnel system. So they grew all winter. You can see yonder over there, that is some beautiful cilantro. This over here is some Swiss chard that overwintered. In my original garden plan, this wasn't gonna be here, but since it's overwintered and most likely will go to seed this year, I'll get some greens early on in the spring, and then when one of them bolts and goes to seed, I'll pull the rest out and plant something else, but I'll be able to save those seeds for coming years. I am not what you would call a prepper, but I am a gardener, and I feel a little more secure that I'll be able to feed myself. In this coming year, things are really crazy right now. I mean, I'm not uber worried. I don't live in fear. But I was going to be doing this anyways. And it's a good feeling. Even, right now the price of eggs is skyrocketing, but my girls aren't missing a beat this spring. They're doing well. And in fact, I just sent a dozen of eggs to my roommate's parents' house. They get such a kick out of fresh eggs, and my chickens, they send me their table scraps, especially in the summer. The girls enjoy them very much. All right, so this is going to be the new Brassica bed. You saw me plant the bok choy over there. There's that lettuce I was talking about. Beyond that are radishes that I had seeded down in the basement and brought up and planted a little bit ago. Something's munching on some of them, I suspect. Slugs, could be birds. Over here is that Swiss chard I was talking about earlier. I have planted some cabbage. Now, these in the front are Murdoch, M-U-R-D-O-C, and it's like a cone-shaped cabbage. And in the back, I have 1, 2, 3 red cabbages. It's a variety known as Red Express. Here is the overwintered cilantro. Yum. These are little bok choys. I have Purple Lady, and then I have a whole bunch of milk. And I will probably plant a few bigger varieties. These are really tiny ones. Then we have kale. Over here, this one and this one is Dazzling Blue. It's like lacinato or dino kale, except it'll have the reddish, purplish, bluish ribs. Then I have regular lacinato here and here. That is scarlet kale there, and then the Scottish curled, no, the blue curled Scottish right there, and an overwintered lettuce. Back in this empty space in the behind, I'm gonna put some carrots over there, more radishes over there, and eventually pole beans along a trellis. I'm hoping to get a cattle panel trellis by spring, or at least when I return. I have a container with some more radishes, and right next to it, this is a container with the snow peas I planted a couple of weeks ago. And then over in this bed, I have the snow peas against that trellis. This was a tomato bed last year, plus herbs. I have some herbs back there, hopefully they rebound. This was going to become the strawberry patch, but so I did research on strawberries, and they shouldn't be planted where tomatoes have been for the past few years, and tomatoes have been there. So we are moving the strawberries over to what was going to be beans and summer crops, and we'll put those here. This bed has the chives in the corner, and that's all I see. I expect tarragon to be coming in a little bit. This is an asparagus bed, at least in the far end, and I'm expecting some asparagus in next week sometime, or the week after. And we're going to fill this whole bed with asparagus. Now, I had read somewhere that you could put strawberries and asparagus together, but you have to have like a perfect 6.5 pH for them both to be somewhat happy. So I'm not doing that. I'm going to get a proper pH here for my asparagus. But before it becomes a new strawberry patch, this was my overwintered brassicas. I have kales, I have broccoli. I actually picked a tiny head of broccoli yesterday. So these little cabbages, they're heading up. They're really tiny, they really are, but they're getting firm, so we'll see how far they'll go. Then another one over here. Here is some nice kale, lots of weeds. Back there, that's parsley, so that either will stay or get moved. These are some onion sets I planted in the fall, so I'm going to just use those as scallions. There's some more kale here, another little cabbage, my violas, Johnny Jump-Ups, little pansies. Next to, that's woolly cress. Kale, that is my lone broccoli plant, and I have some red cabbages here, but I don't know if we'll see what happens. That's Marjoram, and that's bok choy that overwintered. This is the garlic. It's looking great. I use wood shavings on the whole bed, so I have to clean that one up still. I've also planted some lettuce there throughout this bed. This will also have the tomatoes. I put some in here. We'll have some tomatoes in there. There's a container way over there. It has lettuce. And in that other bed, there's some over there as well. I also have some grow bags that I will be using this season, and a lot of containers that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with yet, but some of them will be tomatoes. There'll be all sorts of stuff. So, well, there you have it. That's the garden so far this spring. I'm very much looking forward to this growing season this year. So, thanks for tagging along and watching this video. And as always, my Cape Cod life.